Hello.
Hi, Victor.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Great, great.
So, are you ready to relocate?
I am ready to relocate. I had actually something in particular in mind I was going to ask, but yes, I'm ready to relocate.
Can I get your date of birth, please?
Yes, it's 29th of September,
Yeah?
1970, 70,
Yeah. What time?
at 6:10 in the morning
6:10. Okay. And where?
in Smolyan, Bulgaria.
Can you spell that?
SMOLYAN.
Um,
SMOLYAN.
that's not coming up.
So
I have
what about SMOL?
I have got something same, just the ending is T. Small line of T.
Smolyanovci, no. Smolyan, what about if the Y is, instead of Y is I?
Let's see that way. No. What's the closest town? Is it a village?
Plovdiv. No, it's not a,
Plovdiv.
no, it's not a, Plovdiv is the
I've
nearest.
got Plovdiv, so that should work. How far is that from Plovdiv?
About 100 kilometers.
Oh, that's quite a lot. Okay,
Quite a lot.
so hold on.
What shall we do?
1 second, I'm gonna
it-
check on the map. Maybe it's spelled
it-
somehow differently in English.
Smolyan.
Smolian. Yeah, it does come up here.
Does it come?
On the
It's
Google
something
map.
like this. Smolyan or small.
Okay, we've got Pamporovo nearby. Let's see.
Pamporovo, yes. Pamporovo is only 12 kilometers. Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look at if that's coming up.
Pamporovo is exactly, it's just very, very, very close.
Yeah, that's very close, but that's also not coming up. Okay, Rudozem, that's also here.
Rudozem is, it's small and it's it's the
Okay,
regional.
yeah, came up.
Came
We
up?
got that.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
How
And in
wonderful.
bracket, it's that Smolian as well.
Wonderful. Because
Okay.
last time we had a reading, it didn't come up again. Very interesting.
Yeah, well, maybe anyway. So what is the reason for relocating? What do we want to do with that?
So look, at the moment I live in UK.
Okay.
You probably don't remember, but I live in UK, in Dorset, and actually I don't have at the moment I don't have any plans to relocate from here, but I would like to relocate in the east. I would like to know where in UK is better for me to relocate, because as far as I know, Mars, where I sit now, I've got a lot of problems. I had a lot of problems where I am now. So
what type of problems do you have?
As far as because I'm an amateur astrologer, of course, I'm not like you, but I'm very interested. I follow you and I follow quite a lot of astrologers, but it doesn't make me an astrologer, of course. But I did a small like relocation astrology, and I think Mars and Pluto come up quite strongly up here where I am. I'm situated in Shaftesbury, in Dorset in UK at the moment, and I've met a lot of aggression. I live in a place where there is a lot of xenophobia.
Okay.
And I feel
Sorry, where is Dorset? Is that where is that exactly?
So this is southwest of England. This
Okay.
is southwest of England. It's can you see the chat? I
I'm
will.
on the chart, and I'm just looking for Dorset so I can see what's happening there.
Dorset is the region, but the place I am is
okay.
called Shaftesbury. The place I live in, it's called Shaftesbury, and the region.
Shaftesbury. Yeah.
Shaftesbury.
Okay. Let me just look at that. 1 second.
Yeah.
Shaftesbury. Yeah.
Shaftesbury, Dorset. And at the moment, I'm going
I got
through.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mars is quite prominent here, and I get a lot of. I had a lot of problems like aggression and. But also, I think Pluto is quite prominent as well. And I'm going through a big transformation. I suffered through a major depression, and but obviously, as Pluto gives transformation, I started a
You're not going to be of Pluto there, not Mars, Pluto, Uranus, and Moon.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So not Mars, Pluto, exactly. So I'm going through an extremely transformational process at the moment. And because in a previous life, as we spoke, me and you probably don't remember, you see a lot of people, but in a different life, I used to be living quite a glamorous life. I used to be like a cruise director and a singer on ships, and I lived quite a glamorous life. And when I came here, I had to basically become a cleaner.
Okay. So basically, we want to improve our career. That's going to be the main reason. And we want to go back to the kind of like the artistic side of things. Well,
probably not. What I did, because I suffered a great depression, what I did, Victor, I started going to, I've enrolled into a counseling course, and I'm training to be a psychotherapist at the moment. So I went back to uni, and next year I'm going to be graduating from first level of a counseling course, and then I'm going to continue to get my bachelor degree, hopefully. So that's the transformation I went on. But because I find life is quite difficult here, it's quite heavy. I don't like the area I live. I think I was thinking in couple of years after my daughter finishes school here, because at the moment I can't move. I was thinking to move to the east, where is Norwich.
Norwich, yeah.
Yes, where I think I think Mercury is more prominent there, and I think the energies might be a little bit better for me. So I was going to ask you. This is my question. And I was
going to be of Mercury there, Mars there. So basically your ascendant is on Mercury and Mars midpoint running through Norwich. And we do have got a little bit of Venus also. Okay, so we are basically limiting this for the UK.
Yes.
And not
for the moment. For the moment, yes, because I don't see me moving for the next few years from here. So if you know, maybe if we have some time left, you can tell me where is the best place. I think it's Australia for me, but I don't know.
Okay, so definitely we've got a very nice Mercury. We can work with that. We've got relatively good Moon. And also Jupiter is quite functional too. So we need something Moon, Jupiter, and Mercury related.
Yeah, okay. I would like to meet also somebody, but I don't know whether it's prominent there because I feel here I'm suffocating, and you know.
Well, in that case, that Norwich, if we want to build on that relationship department, Okay, so that Moon and Mercury midpoint can be not too bad for that.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's start from we're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
start with you.
I hope you don't mind me
No,
asking.
no problem at all. So let's start with treasure map. Okay, so the treasure map does run through Norwich, so we can take a note of that, Norwich area. That's good. Let's have a look at, that's
If
from
you
a
also,
love point of view,
Mhm.
because you're gonna have a Venus sextile running through, and also not too bad for career either. Okay, what did you want to say, sorry?
Yeah, I was going to say if you find other points in UK that you think are better than here.
Norwich is okay so far, but let's
Uh-huh.
see what's happening by local space there. Nothing. Okay. Let's have a look at what happens by parents. Okay, not much by parents either, actually. Okay. So, okay. I wish we see a little bit more activations for that Norwich area. And actually, the problem I'm having is that UK is not the most functional one overall.
Okay. We can talk about that. Okay. Which one do you think would be most functional?
I pretty much like some bits and bobs here in France, for instance.
I feel great in France. I feel great in France,
And
actually.
also a little bit of Mallorca too. Well, if I have to choose, I think that Norwich is pretty the best option here
For the moment.
in the UK, but for me, UK is not necessarily your strongest suit.
Yeah, I don't feel great here, to be honest with you. I don't feel great. But for the moment, until I finish school and until probably I establish kind of a practice money-wise, I don't, because in France, let's say if I move to France, I don't speak the language.
Of course. How
And
do we feel about Swansea?
Swansea, I've never thought about Swansea.
We do have got Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, minor aspects, but they run through there.
Swansea, okay. I can definitely think about Swansea.
And maybe that's a bit closer to the Bristol area too.
Okay, I'll have a look.
So as an option, we can take a note of that.
Okay, Swansea, I'll have a look.
And pretty much that's it really. Hold on.
What I'm interested is, I would like, obviously, because now my career is very important. How am I going to move from all this being nobody, and I would like to establish to, you know, I remember you telling me from the previous time you are a Libra sun, you need to shine, you need to. So I kind of
I
think
mean,
like,
Libra Sun, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Libra Sun is here to collaborate,
yes,
but surely also it is going to be about, um, you know, being vain a little bit. So there is an element of a shining to it, surely. Now, how may I ask how your physical well-being has been?
it's improving by the day, Victor, to be honest with you, because I live quite healthily. I started, unfortunately, I've recently separated from my partner, which was very difficult. So I thought I'm diving into a depression, but now that Mars is entering my ninth house, I've discovered my spiritual practice. So I've gone back to Zen. So instead of diving into depression, which I thought I will go back to depression, like I did with my last relationship, I've dove into meditation, and I never felt better. And I think as Mars progresses in my 9th house, I'm going to dive very deeply into my spiritual practice. So I live quite healthily. I exercise 5 times a week. I'm, you know, I do because of my course, and not only that, I do therapy, psychotherapy, and I think I'm quite healthy. But my meditation and my spiritual practice has really boosted my health incredibly. Why do you ask?
Because in England, obviously your physical body is one of the most important part of your chart.
I suffered terrible migraines here. Terrible.
I mean, no wonder. I mean, no matter where you kind of move, Mars is going to be very close by to your rising sign.
Yeah.
And if we worry a lot, Mars in Virgo, if we always focus on details all the time, because a strong Virgo at the end of the day is here. You know, it's not just about being Virgo, but we need to embrace the Piscean element. Now, this is double emphasized here because you do have got North Node in Pisces too.
Exactly, but
which
the
is
North Node
very much about going with the flow. So sometimes we have to leave the details behind, and then we're just gonna have to, you know, allow the universe to have our back.
Exactly. I've recently read the John Spiller's North Node in Pisces, so this is something I'm working towards, Victor. I'm working with my planet, so I'm working with the North Node in Pisces. So,
and it's good to hear that you're focusing on spirituality, you know, because most likely this is gonna give you plenty of benefits. Anyway, England, we're gonna have to be very cautious for our health and those type of things. Now I'm just comparing Norwich and Swansea in the meantime. I mean, Swansea is Wales, actually, not England. I mean, one would be coming up with a 17-degree rising, which would have Aquarius there, a little bit of a Piscean color to it. Swansea would be a 13-degree rising sign, which has got Aquarius. Aquarius color.
okay.
So I might like Norwich just a slightly bit more. The other thing I like is in Italy, your relationship department is ruled by Mars, which is gonna get a lot closer in Norwich to your rising sign. It's just half a degree away. So these are the good ones I like. I don't like Venus. Venus is actually bang on sextiling your rising sign. I pretty much enjoy that too.
Great.
I just don't like. Say again?
Yeah. Sorry. No, you go ahead.
I just maybe don't like that Saturn is a bit close to your. Oh, sorry, it's not close. Sorry, nothing. Oh yeah, what I might not like in England, that's the only one, is that South Node shifting into the first house, which can indicate that we're gonna have to sacrifice some bits and bobs in our lives, you know. Apart from that, I'm pretty happy with that Norwich or Swansea. So I'm guessing if you obviously don't want to be moving out of the UK, then it's going to be Norwich, which you're going to have to consider.
Yeah, well, Norwich, because also I would like to buy some property in Norwich, and compared to here, the property there is so much cheaper. It's crazy. and there is a lot of offering. Here there is no offering. There is no, obviously there is no demand, and there is no, it's so expensive here. It's crazy. I can't afford anything. And my life is
I
difficult.
mean, England overall is expensive almost anywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my life here is quite difficult. It's been really difficult. And, you know, yes, I know that I'm a warrior with so many planets in my 12th house. I've recently listened to your classes on the houses, and I listened to your interview on the 12th house with that guy.
Oh yeah, with Morris, yeah.
With Morris, yeah. And I'm learning to work with my planets. I try to. It's not an easy placement I've got, but I've got to live with it. You know.
Oh, it is not an easy placement, surely.
But you know what? Nothing I can do. I have to work with my planets, but especially here in where I am, I guess I worked with the fact that, you know, I did the transformation. So I've enrolled in this course, the psychotherapy course, and I hope it's going to finish now.
So when is the plan to finish?
So the first part is finishing now so I did a FDA, which is the foundation year, which is two-year course, which is going to finish now in this May in 23. And hopefully in September 23, I'm going to start the bachelor degree.
Okay. And then that's going to be a good 2-3 years also?
No, the bachelor degree is only 1 year, Victor.
Okay, only 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
so basically by the time your daughter kind of finishes, that you are ready to start your practice, basically.
Yes, exactly. So hopefully that will be, but so they've offered me here, they've offered me a job. So I was wondering whether to start that job because at the moment, where as a placement from the university, I have to do a placement as a trainee psychotherapist, right?
Yeah.
So in the placement, the placement is held in a charity who does mental health things, you know, mental health charity. So they've offered me a job there. So I was really wondering whether to start there, especially now with Mars retrograde, although my Mars retrograde is in my 9th house. Because
you can talk about practice to work, you know, but maybe it's just going to last for a while, and then you're going to have to move on, you know. Yeah. However, Mars not necessarily ruling anything to do with your career department much. Yeah. Okay. I think the most important part here is that you follow this spiritual journey.
Yes.
So that we don't need to worry as much.
Yeah.
And, you know, doing that yoga, whatever you want to be doing with that Mars in Virgo, is just clearing the mental mind as often as possible. That's the whole idea here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. No, it really helps me. I really didn't realize how much, and I have been doing it for only very little, for less than a month, and I feel absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I've missed it because I've practiced it before, but now it just feels incredible. And I listened to a webinar, somebody saying that the best practice with Mars retrograde is to actually go internally, to focus on some internal practice and go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree definitely with that. But I think that Mars retrograde it carries two major topics in your life. One of them is definitely relationship related, and the other one is 12th house related. So meaning, and obviously it also rules your financial department as well. So from a financial point of view, that Mars will want you to look at how much money I'm spending, because it's going to be in Gemini, which is the 8th sign from the 2nd.
Yeah.
So basically it can indicate that if I gave money to someone, how am I going to get that money back? But also it can tell you if someone asks you for money, then I have to be very cautious about whether I should give or not. When it comes to the relationship department, because it's the 3rd from the 7th, it can talk about, okay, do I have got some unspoken words in regards to an existing or a past relationship, which is keep going on my mind, and I have to kind of, clear that out. But one of the major topics with Mars is the 12th house, and the 9th house is about learning. The 12th house is about spirituality. So it's about revisiting maybe a book, Gemini, which I read in the past, but I haven't embraced yet fully. Or it could also talk about, I have to be preparing myself for an exam. And the retrograde sometimes can indicate that I have to, unfortunately, repeat the exam because maybe I wasn't mentally there fully. A couple of just ideas about how I would work with that Mars. Also, that could talk about how to rewire your brain when it comes to relationships. Maybe we have got this negative way of thinking, oh, we broke up, I still haven't managed to, to fully recover. And the 9th house is very much about, I need to hear what the other party is saying also, and not just repeating what I have got to say. So maybe they told you that, oh, I don't like that you have got big nails, on your toes. So, okay, why did I not cut off? That's a simple solution. So it's about listening to others and working with their opinions as well, because their opinions might be differing from mine, but somehow there is a value to it. Or do I listen to other people's opinion quite a lot? And that's what is causing me, some emotional turmoil. That's also a possibility. So whatever end we are playing out there, but it wants a little bit of a mental clearance, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So what other countries?
Well, you tell me. I don't know. You mentioned I feel great in France. To be honest,
So let's
especially in
see what
Paris.
we've got.
I feel
I mean, I
great.
do love France for you, so I would take a note of that.
I do like, especially in Paris. I feel absolutely at home.
Paris, yeah, we are very close by to Paris.
Yeah, I really like Paris. Really, I feel really at home there. I don't know, feel great, 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 great there.
I mean, I do love Paris for you. Venus sextile rising, Mercury is on the rising sign. I do love Paris, and actually we get rid of a little bit Mars, not too much, but it does go away. Okay, what else do we like here? Okay, I do love Turkey.
Turkey. Oh,
We have got Mars sextile midheaven, Venus trines midheaven, Mercury sextiles midheaven, Moon sextiles midheaven, Saturn sextiles midheaven.
wow.
Looks very good. Let's just have a
Midheaven,
look at the
you're talking
third.
about midheaven is my career sector.
I mean, it's not just career. I mean, for instance, we always need a good activation for the midheaven if you want to get married too,
Oh,
But I'm looking where the midheaven is going. Well, especially Oh, and then we've got a moon and Jupiter midpoint as well here, and Mars. And so let me just share the screen for a
Okay.
second, and then I can show.
Where in Turkey?
Yeah, that's what I'm showing. I mean, very much this part of Turkey here. So I like this Diyarbakir.
Diyarbakir. Okay.
Yeah. And Diyarbakir and basically Elazig, Erzincan, this area here, I pretty much like.
Yeah. Erzincan.
Elazig, let's just have a look at the charts. What happens at Elazig?
And if you could do the same also for France, well, that would be great.
Yeah, we look at France as well.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
So why did you leave Bulgaria to start with? What was the reason for that?
I left Bulgaria because I've worked a long time on ships, right? And then I was married in Israel, and it was clear that we split with my husband, and it was clear that he's not going to support us financially. That was in 2011, exactly when Uranus came into my 7th house. Just a few days after Uranus came into my house, I just suddenly decided that's it. I had enough of this marriage, and I went out. We haven't divorced, but we are separated. So that was 11 years ago. And yeah, I just didn't know how else I'm going to make money on my own. I didn't know any other languages at the time. I tried to go to Spain I lived in Spain for a year. I managed to be a part of a, I managed to find a 1-year contract as a singer, but I was getting, quite older, so I couldn't find any more jobs, and I decided to come to UK with my daughter. So I ended up here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. I mean, ideally speaking, I never, like a 12th house, a very strong 12th house.
Yeah.
Because it can make us lonely, or we can get forced to follow a spiritual path.
Oh my God, I'm so lonely here. You have no idea. I'm so isolated. I'm really isolated here.
And most likely you're gonna experience that almost everywhere in Europe. That's the little bit of a problem.
Really?
Because we don't get rid of easily that 12th house in Europe for you. Okay, but in France, I do like Paris.
Paris, yeah.
Maybe not much, not anything else.
Yeah.
I also like this Burj or whatever it's called.
Okay.
But most likely Paris. My problem with this Burj is that we do have got Neptune crossing there already, and if possible, let's not do Neptune.
Yeah.
But Paris is pretty good. Yeah. And also Lyon.
Lyon is, yeah, Lyon. Okay. Right.
And maybe I do like a little bit of Marseille too.
Marseille. I feel great in Marseille too, actually,
Let's see the chart here. I'm just going to put you in Paris.
I feel great in Paris.
So we don't have a 12. I mean, we don't have 12 house here anymore. So that's good for me. So, I mean, the whole France, really, all those areas what I kind of listed. Why I liked Turkey is because even though we do have got 12th house, but your rising sign was really mixtured with relationship elements. Here, it's more a little bit of a self-discovery and just most likely feeling like I'm at home,
I do feel
feeling more content. But here, you know, maybe I think a relationship might be just a little bit more of a struggle.
So relationships will be better in Turkey.
Relationships looks a little bit better in Turkey, but maybe from a, you know, you would feel most likely better in Paris. So you might want to come to Turkey, meet someone here, and then a year later, let's move to France together.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of imagine that.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much Europe, I think. We might not have so many options here.
Yeah.
We do have got Algeria, which is not Europe, but we do have
I
got.
don't feel great. I don't really like Africa. I've been to. I feel great in Italy. I feel great in Italy for some reason. I love Italy.
And what about Portugal?
I like Portugal. I like Portugal very much. I like Portugal. I love Madeira. I feel great in Madeira.
Because I kind of like maybe this Faro.
Well, I live there, by the way. I live there very, very close to. I live exactly on the where is your pointer? I live there exactly on the between. If you can't see it, but exactly on the on the border with Spain and Portugal, exactly on that dot. I lived there for a year.
Okay, how was it?
I was slightly miserable. I had problems with. That's exactly where I lived when I was.
Maybe that was because it's just too small for you. I think you do need a little bit of a.
Yeah, it was
You
very
do need
small.
a little bit of a bigger.
I need a big place. Exactly.
A bit bigger. I don't think it should be a capital city, but overall, you do need a little bit of a bigger
Place. Exactly.
place, city, really.
You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah, because your fourth house cost is I mean, at least it needs to be within, you know, within a reasonable distance. Just because your Saturn is in the 9th house, so we need airports. We need a good. We need a school. We need schools around. We need a culture we can look around and all those type of things.
Absolutely, Victor. You're so right. I feel so suffocated here. I can't stand where I live now because it's so small. I feel absolutely, I can't wait to live here. You know, I can't wait to leave this place.
So from that point of view, that Faro, which
Faro is nice. Faro is
which
nice.
is a bigger city, you know, that might be a good option. And even around Lisbon, at least you have got Jupiterian energies there. So I might not have issue with that either.
Yeah. Faro is nice. So where I am about here now,
I might like a little bit of Spain as well.
Yeah, I like Spain, especially around Barcelona.
Around Barcelona, yes.
I feel great in Barcelona. Absolutely.
Girona, for instance, this Barcelona, between Barcelona and Girona.
Oh my
I
goodness,
pretty much like that.
Yeah, absolutely feel great there. Barcelona is I feel at home. Barcelona.
Probably I like Mallorca as well.
Yeah, Mallorca is nice. Mallorca is nice.
But it's Barcelona, Girona, between there. I mean, Barcelona looks cute. I mean, with Jupiter and Venus. I mean, Venus is not the most functional planet in your chart, unfortunately. But that's kind of
Why
never a bad
so?
option.
Why
Say
so?
again?
Why so? Why do you say that?
Venus is in detriment in your chart.
Wow. Oh, wow. And it's in my second house. Is that why I don't have money?
No, I don't think so. Because the second house in your chart. Oh, yeah, sorry. Venus is ruling your second house in England. Yeah. So that could be a challenge there. Yes.
Yeah.
But having a little bit of a Jupiter, which is a functional planet in your chart, that could give us a hand there, you know. And also, most likely, oh no, sorry. I thought I saw something here, but no. Yeah, I like the Barcelona area. Let me just relocate you there and see what's happening there.
I was listening to one of your talks on YouTube. I can't remember which one it was. I listened to so many of your talks. But I remember you saying that you're pretty good with, you like financial stuff and you like to talk about investments and money. And by the way, well done for predicting the Truss's resignation. I said, oh my God, I can't believe you predicted it. Because
yeah, I mean, she didn't
incredible.
see. And I don't think this one, this new one is going to last that long either. With the
Oh
first
my God,
glimpse
you are
of
so incredible, because I listened just a few days before that. I listened to when you said, yeah, that somebody's gonna resign, or probably they're going to make them resign or something. But anyway, well done. So I was going to, because you said you prefer to talk about money than relationships. So I was going to say probably maybe we can one day talk about money and my chart and money.
Yeah, firstly, you do have got Jupiter in the second, you know,
Yeah.
but that's natally. Now in England and almost the rest of Europe, you do have got part of fortune shifting into your second as well. So ideally, we can make money if we want to. It's just all about choosing the right field. And the source of money would be in the 12th house, conjuncting Mercury. So we can make money when we speak Mercury about spirituality. 12th house.
Well, can I make money through what what I chose now?
Most likely, yeah. I think mental health with all that Virgo is actually good. And Libra is all about consulting others. So I think that might be a good idea. But also, this could bring in some investment opportunities as well, actually, which might be. But again, Jupiter rules your third house natally as well. And the sixth, most likely the sixth house is more important here, which is health. So the health is coming into the sixth. So that's making money out of health, like mental health. So I think this psychological stuff is going to be good for you. Do I really feel that you're going to be fully a psychiatrist? You know, I think you're going to be better off when you start making some webinars, subscription plans about certain topics. I think that's going to be a source of money here.
You mean
because Jupiter does have got the teaching qualities. So putting together courses, webinars, seminars, presentations, you know, or it could even talk about, I don't know, how am I going to be writing an article to a newspaper, you know, about certain type of issues, what people kind of go through. I would start focusing on those kind of topics, how we can get it started, basically.
Putting it out there in the public.
Yeah, so maybe you know, let me make a connection with a, I don't know, a journalist or an online, you know, newspaper.
YouTube?
So that we, on a weekly basis, I can write about, you know, let's say relationship dramas and what would be the solution. There is this Hungarian lady, she did this for a very long time. She became very successful with it, by the way. And what she did was that let's say I wrote her a letter. Listen, I don't know, you know, I've got this relationship. This is what I see. And then she replied in a psychological way, giving advices. I can imagine something like that you do, maybe through a newspaper, social media, and all those type of things.
I would absolutely love that. Would
Surely. Or
creating my own channel?
say again?
Creating my own channel?
What is that?
Creating my own channel, YouTube
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, maybe I mean, it's definitely something you should or you must do. Do I think it's gonna be something, you know, the most, I think there is more writing to it rather than just
Writing.
performing on YouTube. But do not hold your back, do not hold yourself back because we all need social media in this type of world, no matter what.
So writing, teaching, and offering webinars, and this
In our
is
subscription plan, you know, all these type of things, I think gonna be very good.
okay. So that's the way I will be able to make money.
That's right, yeah. Okay, let's see where else we've got Mercury running. I mean, we do have got Central America.
Uh-huh. Yes, because
And we do have got Africa, but
I don't feel
instead
great
we
in
didn't
Africa.
like.
I don't
Yeah,
really like.
that's fine if you
I
don't
felt
enjoy
great.
it.
I felt great in Marrakesh. I felt great in Morocco. I felt great in Morocco. Probably
Well,
from all.
that's where, for instance, you have got Mercury running through
That's why.
nearby.
So the countries I felt great were, I can tell you which one because I traveled a lot, as I told you. So Morocco is one of the countries I felt great, absolutely great. Morocco
Might
was
like Casablanca area
Casa,
here, especially
Casablanca
this
was,
one.
yeah, Casablanca was not bad, but I think Marrakesh was my favorite. Casablanca was all right.
Where is
Yeah,
Marrakesh? Oh,
Marrakesh
here.
is there. It is Marrakesh. Yeah, Marrakesh was nice.
Yeah, we do have got Venus around. Yeah,
Marrakesh was
and
beautiful.
Mercury as well. So Casablanca, Marrakesh, not looking too bad. I
Yeah,
might like just this area a little bit more,
yeah, yeah.
but I mean, from an astrological perspective, but you're gonna have to use your own likings as well for it.
The
Let's
other
see that Central America.
Central America, let's see where Central America, I felt great in Hawaii. I
Well,
felt
it
great.
looked better at the first time, but I'm not too keen on it.
Oh, okay.
It might
I
be good
liked,
for holidays and visiting, but maybe not so much of living
yeah.
around.
Maybe only for holidays was great. I am very drawn to New York, very drawn. I wonder how it's gonna be in New York when I go to.
You're going there to visit?
I would like to visit. I haven't been. I've been to Los Angeles and Houston and
New
Miami.
York is too intense for me, but I do like actually Florida.
Florida.
Jacksonville,
I've been to Florida.
Orlando.
This red line. What is this red line? Is it Neptune?
Those are your midheavens. So basically
Mhm.
Mercury, Moon, and Mars are running on the on the IC. So we can feel at home in Florida.
How about New York? Yeah, New York was all right.
Too Plutonian, so I guess it's gonna be too intense. Which from a visiting point of view, most likely we're gonna be running around and there is gonna be too much information going on there.
Oh
So from
gosh.
that point of view, it's not
Just
necessarily bad. Living there, I think most likely you won't like it.
no, I won't like it. No, I just want to visit. I just want to visit.
Overall, the Florida part, I can imagine that also as a place of living for you.
Florida. Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida is nice. I like Florida. Florida is nice.
Most
I like
likely
Los
that
Angeles is
looks
nice.
good
I
from
like
that looks good from a relationship point of view as well, actually.
Florida.
Yeah, but Florida is extremely expensive.
Oh, I've been a long time ago.
So if you cannot afford a property in England, you know, most likely you're not going to be affording one surely in Florida.
Well, I prefer Europe, to be honest with you. So I prefer Europe. So I doubt I'll be moving to America anytime soon. But
Okay.
the other country I really like is I feel at home is Mexico. And I really like Argentina. Argentina is incredible. Mexico, Argentina, and basically South America. It's Chile, Mexico, and Argentina are beautiful countries. I feel great there, especially Buenos Aires. Wow. Mexico, I feel great. In Mexico, I feel absolutely great.
I mean,
Whereas,
I'm not too keen on Mexico to live there, to be frank.
no, not to live, but I don't know. I feel
Visiting, fine,
visiting. Yeah.
but I'm
How
not
about
too keen on it.
Buenos Aires? What about Buenos Aires? Very
Yeah,
good.
that might be better, a lot better
Buenos Aires
actually.
is really,
Moon and Jupiter, Mercury and Jupiter, Mars and Jupiter. Yeah, I like Buenos Aires.
mm,
But I might not like the rest of them. So it's just really
yeah.
the Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires is good. So I feel really great there. I really cried when I had to leave. I really like Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires here. Yeah, we would have a Gemini rising. Yeah, I can imagine that you would feel good there. I wish the relationship was a little bit stronger here too.
So from all the places, because I see our time is running out already, where do you think relationship wise would be better, best?
Well, I think that Turkey, what we looked at,
Turkey. Mm-hmm.
and I mean, Norwich didn't look that bad, but could be better as well. From a relationship point of view, Turkey and Paris, I like the most. But
Mm-hmm.
hold on, I want to see
Yeah.
something here. I mean, it's really Turkey where the strongest is.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Turkey. You hardly have anything in England. Basically nothing. A little bit in France, we do have, but I think you should visit Turkey, that part, maybe a few months, getting to know some guys, and then, but they don't really speak English, you know, that's one of the
Well, I have,
biggest problems.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. They don't. Are you currently in you're currently in Turkey, aren't you?
At the moment, yeah, not for
Yeah,
long, probably a
yeah,
couple of more months, and then soon I should be leaving.
yeah,
Yeah, but I like this area here for you. That's
yeah.
your strongest. Other parts of the world, uh, maybe we can look at it this way, actually. Yeah, you do have got Buenos Aires.
Wow. Where am I
You
going to
do
go
have
to?
got Russia,
Russia,
and you do have got Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
Where in Africa? Right. Yeah.
Nairobi,
Nairobi.
Johannesburg,
Johannesburg.
Jerusalem, Mecca.
Oh dear.
These are some of your, well, let's, you know, Turkey is not too far. Visit, have a look how you feel.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, but Norwich for the time being is, you said, is good for career and
That's right. Yeah. I think in England, Norwich and, well, Swansea, those are your best options.
for the time being. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Victor. I think,
Any questions at all?
well, no, that's what I wanted to know. If um, that's basically, I really wanted to know about Norwich, whether it's the, I think from all England, that was the place I thought that might be the best place for me. I should
Yeah,
have gone,
that looks
I should
the
have gone
best out
straight
of it.
away there because here it's, you know, it was difficult life. Like the life was difficult. I think it would have been better there. But anyway, it is what it is. I was supposed to go through what I'm going through now. So I probably wouldn't have started my, you know, my university. And so it's good.
Eventually, you know, once you have finished, you can almost live anywhere because you can do this online too,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know.
Let's
So
hope.
that's an important consideration.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help, and I'm sure we'll meet again. I'm
Thank
sure we'll
you.
meet. I,
Take
I
care of
appreciate,
yourself.
yeah, I really
Bye-bye.
appreciate your work. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.